Another episode of Road to the World Series. Today we play our second game against the Washington Nationals after losing Game 1 last night. Looking to rebound here with Kyle Hendricks on the hill. He's 5-6 this year. He'll be squaring off against Taylor Jordan, who's 1-1 on the season. And I'm assuming tomorrow that we will see Max Scherzer. That we will against Jake Arrieta. So a good pitching matchup coming tomorrow. But hopefully we can get some offense today from our ball club, as we were not able to get any yesterday. And let's see if we can get a win here out in D.C. And I'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and kick it out to Matt, Eric, and Steve, and I'll be back after the game, guys. Enjoy.
Just blocks from the Capitol building, we welcome you to Nationals Park. Tonight, Game 2 of this three-game series between the Chicago Cubs and the Washington Nationals. It's Nationals baseball next on the show. Taylor Jordan, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, you see the ERA there. Not anything that's going to jump out, but he has been dependable and gives his ball club a chance to win.
Dexter Fowler strides forward, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Tonight for the Cubs, center fielder, number 24.
Seared down the first baseline. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Well, first pitch of the game, a lot of guys on the mound are thinking, all right, let's just get ahead here with the fastball. And he was having none of it at the plate. Drives this one for a solid single to start things out.
Jason Hayward will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, that was a rough one yesterday, but he's still hitting over 300 in his last 10 games.
Here's a high pop-up. Murphy settles under it near second. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. And now here's a look at Joe Maddon's lineup for the visiting Chicago Cubs. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
Well, Matty, I can't wait to see if Kyle Schwarber can keep it going. He sports a batting average with runners in scoring position over 300, so you could say he relishes in those big moments. We'll see if that's the case in this one.
Chris Bryant will get his first shot at it here. 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Shot towards second. Well, this is hauled in by the second baseman. With a moment now, let's take a look at how the Nats will align themselves defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, we get to watch one of the best fielding teams in the league. They can go out and get the ball as well as anybody in all of baseball. Makes pitching a lot easier.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in here, and like so many others, hitless in the shutout last night.
Well, kind of more of the same for him, guys. I mean, you can see that he's not sporting the strongest batting average this year.
Here comes the first pitch. Oh, and he leaves that one right over the plate as this is sent high and deep out to right center field. And it is gone, a home run. A two-run shot off the bat of Anthony Rizzo. 19th home run for him on the season as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
This is a situation where you wonder how much of his concentration is on first base and how much of it is on home plate. Because if you're not 100% locked in on the guy at the plate, folks will make you pay at this level.
Here's Ben Zobrist now.
Ben Zobrist.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Worth is under it. And that ends the inning. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. Bottom of the first coming up. It's now 2-0 Chicago. Kyle Hendricks gets the starting nod for the Cubs in this one. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, take a look at that whip. Around 1.3, which is pretty much league average. So he's been very serviceable all year long.
Ben Revere comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the
Leading
first.
off for Washington, center fielder, Ben Revere.
Pitch to the plate is a sinker for a called strike one. EK, as we look at the Cubs entering play here tonight, they come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
Not only that, but they've got a 2-0 lead here already. So this offense is really providing a big spark for their pitching staff.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
Well, not a bad idea up there against a guy who's been fouling everything off in sight. You never know. Maybe he goes after that one, too.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Line drive to center field. And that's a base hit, so the leadoff man's aboard to start off the home half of the first.
Well, that curveball is going to be an important pitch for him to locate going forward. This one's not terrible, but it is over the plate, and it gets turned into a leadoff single.
In now is Anthony Rendon. As he'll watch a sinker here that misses. It's ball one. And you figure now this would be a spot where that man might try to take second base.
And it wouldn't be a bad idea to hold the ball a little longer out there on the mound. Really vary your times to the plate. You can't be predictable out there or he'll take advantage.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond's a very fair umpire, Matt. Calls a pretty standard strike zone. Usually not a lot of complaints either way.
Here's the 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Hit hard down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line.
Oh, and a good chance now to get those 2 runs right back. Second and third now following the double. With still nobody out, you've got to like their chances to get those runners home.
Michael Taylor will stand in, and his guys have got something cooking now with 2 on and nobody out.
And down by 2, this is a good opportunity to try to put yourselves level.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one. He may not throw a ton of changeups here tonight, but he's got a good one when he needs it.
And I think he will need it because this is a good fastball hitting team. Most teams are, so the more you can keep these guys guessing off balance, the better.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Nope. 2-1. Still no fastballs in the at-bat. It's been all off speed.
That's definitely by design. He's such a good fastball hitter. You don't want to give in to his strength.
Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike two.
Oh, now there's a location you want right there. If that ball gets hit, you're just going to bang it into the ground all night long.
Hit hard on the ground to second. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
Well, this is going to get him a run closer. A simple ground ball here plates the runner from third, and we're back now to a one-run game.
So stepping in, Ryan Zimmerman, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. First pitch on its way. And a breaking ball runs in and gets him, and I doubt there was any intent behind that.
And you know what? He's starting to look a little bit frustrated out there on the mound. That's 2 hits and now a hit by pitch here in the inning. It's maybe not a bad time to go out there and try to calm him down just a little bit because he's looking a little hot out there.
Daniel Murphy will stand in as he'll enter play fourth in the National League batting race.
And not bad for a second baseman. There are some good ones, but second base isn't typically where you'd expect to have one of your best hitters.
In there, no balls and a strike. There are the batting leaders in the National League, of which we spoke just a moment ago. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hot shot to third. Right to Bryant. Zobrist back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. Back with more here on a Tuesday night after this. Kyle Schwarber will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night.
Kyle Schwarber.
First pitch of the at-bat. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Eric, these Nationals, as they enter play here tonight, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
And it's been a good start to the homestand for them. They've taken 3 of the first 4, so they've had it going here. No question about that.
And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Swung on and chopped to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and the leadoff man set down to start the second.
And that's what the two-seam fastball will do for you. Running away, not just for strikeouts. Here he gets him to hit it on the ground for an easy out.
Miguel Montero will get his first shot at it here, and he's got to be hoping to turn things around because you see the numbers over the last 5 games. Not much going on there at all. Drilled to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Batting 8, shortstop, Christopher Negron.
Christopher Negron into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. And he lays off there, 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit in the air to left field. Worth on the move, but he won't get there. It falls in. And the gamble will work out. He's in at second base with a 2-out double.
Batting ninth.
Well, this is really a laser right here. You're going to see it pretty much go right over his head out there in left, and it'll one-hop the left field wall. That's going to allow his man to cruise into second with an easy double.
Stepping in now, Kyle Hendricks. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1.
That's one of those fastballs that just never feels like it's going to be a strike. It's up at the letters, and that's a tough one to do anything with.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And you can't make this easy on him right here. At least make some contact and force him to make a play.
In under the hands with a fastball, it's 1-2. Drilled on the ground is short. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Don't go anywhere. More Tuesday Night Baseball after this. Jason Worth will stand in for the first time here. He's got that average up over 340 here entering play.
Yeah, and he leads his ball club in hitting, so he's a guy that they really look to offensively.
Into the windup and the pitch. And here's one that misses to the leadoff man in the inning. The number 6 hitter in the lineup. It's ball 1.
I think that's consistent with how the strike zone gets called nowadays. You know, that's a strike in the rule book, but most umpires won't give you that pitch anymore.
Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Swinging a liner back through the box. And this will find its way into center field for a leadoff single.
Batting 7th, catcher, Wilson Ramos.
In now, Wilson Ramos, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First delivery to him on the way. In the dirt here, but fortunately here, no advance. Ground ball sent back up the middle. To second for 1, on to first, and that's now 2 innings and 2 double play balls here tonight. 2 away now. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, Matty, Anthony Rizzo is really the centerpiece for this Cubs ball club. Offensively, we know what he does. But defensively, he really holds this infield together. Very fluid over at first base, good soft hands, and has a good throwing arm as well.
Trey Turner will stand in, and as you can see, he's had troubles here in his own ballpark. He's much better away from home. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
A lot of people think that pitch will burn straight down, but it will work back a little bit towards righties, like that one did right there.
2 out, nobody on. In there, and he's in control. 0-2 now. Skied into straightaway right. And Hayward will make the catch, and that ends the inning. Dexter Fowler will be the one to lead it off when we come back. It's the Cubs 2 and the Nats 1. And there is Dexter Fowler. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Dexter Fowler.
Swung on and missed that time. It's 0-1.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Ready with the 0-2. Liner towards second, and that is by him on into center field. So good hitting on 0-2 nets him a leadoff single. So he's aboard again with his second hit of the game here in the top of the third. And as we take a look at the Cubs leaders in that department, you can see he's right at the top leading this Chicago roster.
Yeah, this is nothing new, Matty. Another hit for him. And he's really the guy they depend on to keep the line moving. He's been their most consistent hitter so far.
Jason Hayward in now, popped out in his first trip.
Yeah, he just uppercut a fastball. That top hand kind of dragged through the zone, which caused the bat head to drop a little bit.
Trying to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Tap fouled at home plate. A 2-1 score here as we play inning number 3. And a check swing here. They'll appeal it down to third. No swing, says Woody Keller. It's ball 1. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Yeah, you got to be careful there after that leadoff single. You don't want to hit a guy here and really let him get something started.
Now a throw over. Don't want to forget about him. And again a throw and a dive, but he's back in. Nobody out, runner on first. On the move now is Fowler. Pitch outside. The throw. Ball's on the money, and Fowler is gone at second base.
That's a big-time throw right there. I mean, a big-time throw. Anytime you can get this guy, you've done something.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Little dribbler back at him. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Yeah, and that's not always an easy play for a pitcher, especially when he has to barehand the ball. But luckily, he's got plenty of time out there, so he's able to set himself and then make a good, strong throw.
Chris Bryant stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
Here's the first pitch to him. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. 0-2 count and the pitch. Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Nothing happening there for the Cubbies. They lead it 2-1. Taylor Jordan digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Catcher, Taylor Jordan.
Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. Schwarber will get there as he makes the catch in foul territory for the first out.
Boy, they are just making life easy for this guy. Swinging on the first pitch of the inning, pretty routine fly ball. It's been a cakewalk here early on.
Ben Revere will stand in. He singled to lead off the home first. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt the first pitch. Hard hit ball to second. On to first, and very quickly 2 are gone here in the home third.
The third baseman, number 6, Anthony Rendon.
Anthony Rendon walks into the box, reached base with a double his first time up.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
And even with 2 outs, this is a team that can still put something together here, especially in this part of the lineup, so you can't let your guard down.
Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
Well, with 2 outs and nobody on, the best way to make a team pay for hitting you is to come around and score. Let's see what they can do.
Striding into the box, Michael Taylor. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Chopped foul right at home plate. 2 out with the man at first. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Tough pitch to lay off there with 2 strikes. I'm not sure if that was a good take or whether he just got fooled on a changeup and couldn't pull the trigger.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Hit hard on the ground to third. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 1 left for Washington. They still trail it here 2-1. Anthony Rizzo is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with 1 swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Right side. Murphy showing off his range. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
The second baseman, number 18, Ben Zobrist.
Ben Zobrist is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Bounce to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, left fielder, Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. First pitch coming. Here it is. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. 4th inning of a 2-1 ball game. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. pulled toward right center field. Revere is after it, and that's the third out. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They still lead it 2-1. Leading off the inning, Ryan Zimmerman, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
First offering on its way. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. And that misses. 2-1.
Yeah, a couple of close pitches there on the inside part of the plate. I don't think he could have done much with either one of those.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And he's retired, 1 away.
Now batting. Second baseman.
Our next broadcast comes your way tomorrow. Looks like we've got a matchup of 2 pretty good young pitchers on tap for us. So make sure you tune in on the show. Daniel Murphy will dig in. 0 for 1 here in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. First pitch is a sinker for a called strike 1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. On the move is Fowler. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Well, I think that's the thing with throwing that changeup as slow as he does. You're going to make that hitter supply all the power himself. He gets good wood on this thing, but not enough to get it out of here.
Jason Worth will dig in. He singled his first time around. Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that finds its way through for a base hit. Another multi-hit game for him here tonight. No surprise there as we take a look at the league leaders in hitting.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. And when a guy is seeing the ball like he is, as a pitcher, you pretty much just have to make the best pitches you can and hope he gets himself out. That obviously hasn't been the case in this one.
Wilson Ramos will stand in for the second time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
Now you've got the tying run over at first. 2 away. He's going to be looking to try and find a gap right here and bring that guy all the way around to score.
Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. And another foul ball. Little chopper back to the mound. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Nationals leave 1. Our score remains 2-1. Miguel Montero heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Catcher, Miguel Montero.
Flares this one over toward first. But an easy play there at first as that becomes the first out of the inning.
It seems like these guys have had a difficult time squaring up the baseball against them so far. Here's another one that's just a simple soft liner. They don't come a whole lot easier than that.
Standing in now, Christopher Negron. Yes, he'll take a look at ball one.
Well, you see his pitch count on your screen right there. That's not a mistake. He's been loving those first pitch outs. That's for sure.
2 runs, 4 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. That evens it up 1-1. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th.
Wow, he's using that fastball to devastating effect out there now. So he gets another out here. That's 7 in a row now he's set down.
Kyle Hendricks stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Here it comes. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And this is pop foul, but perhaps playable behind first. Zimmerman is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. Cubs are down in order as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Trey Turner comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike 1. A windup and the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. A little bouncer. That rolls foul, so a good job to fight it off and stay alive. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Hit hard back up the middle. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Yeah, an ideal setup here with the pitcher on deck. He comes through with a solid single to start things out, and now you give your pitcher a chance to bunt you over and make a productive out.
The pitcher, Taylor Jordan, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And they'll indeed have the pitcher squaring around as he puts this one down. To second for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first.
Yeah, you want to put this down to the right side, force that first baseman to field it, but that ball's butted just way too hard, so that's a good decision defensively to go ahead and take the force at second.
Ben Revere will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
Sinker to open the AB in there for strike 1.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
Now the 0-1. Fly ball out toward left center field. Schwarber on the move. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
The third baseman, number 6, Anthony Rendon.
Now to the plate, Anthony Rendon. He was drilled by a pitch his last time up.
And he knows there was no real intention to hit him right there, but that doesn't make you feel any better to get hit. And he'll be looking to get some revenge right here.
Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
And that's in there as well, 0-2 now.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Hit the other way out toward right field. Hayward on the run, and that retires the side. One left for Washington. They're down 2-1. Dexter Fowler will get settled in here as the Cubs look to get it going in their half of the 6th.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. Hits ball 1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. A solo home run there for Dexter Fowler. Number 10 for him on the year. And with it, the Cubs have taken a 3-1 lead.
Oof, that's a mistaken location right here, and it could wind up really coming back to haunt him. This is a solo home run, and it makes this a 2-run lead now, and with the way their starters throwing the ball so far, it may wind up being all he needs.
And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. Here's Jason Hayward now. Chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
Well, I think it's pretty simple. The message here is stop leaning out over the plate. Our pitcher's got to be able to work inside, so that's just a reminder there.
Late square, and this is popped up. And he'll lunge forward to take this ball in the air, so quick instincts there will foil the bunt attempt.
A cardinal rule if you're bunting. Don't bunt at balls. I mean, you see this on show track. This thing is out of the zone, but he chases it and pops it up. That turns into a wasted out right there.
Chris Bryant digs in with 1 run in and 1 gone in the inning. Out in front of it, strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. To third. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first. And this will go down as an E5 as you can see the exasperation on his face. Anthony Rizzo will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
Got to be careful here with a run in already. You don't want to let one get away from you and lose the possibility of a double play.
Swing and a little tapper. That's a foul ball. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. You'd have to think a walk here would hasten his exit from the ball game.
Yeah, he can't let that happen. In a close game like this, you've got to make him put it in play.
And he pops it up back behind second base. Turner is there for it. And that's the second out of the inning.
Might have had visions of another home run there. This pitch is right in his wheelhouse, but he winds up swinging right underneath it and popping it straight up.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike one. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. Here's a fastball at the knees. Good spot, good pitch, and it's 0-2. Swinging a soft liner, underhanded flip. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Cubs get a run here thanks to this solo home run. On to the bottom of the 6th. It's now 3-1 Chicago. Michael Taylor gets things started here in the 6th for the hometown team.
Right fielder.
And now the Cubs bullpen will start working here as both a lefty and a righty are up. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
Outside for a ball, 1-1. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. Line to the right side, but he will come on strong out there in right and pull this one down for the first out.
And you know, he really doesn't have to throw that changeup all that much for it to be an effective pitch. And you can see what his breakdown is so far.
Ryan Zimmerman will bat now. He popped out in foul ground last time.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
First pitch is a cutter looked at, 0-1.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. You know, getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
And you know, sometimes when you're thinking fastball, you try to get moving just a little bit early. And that's a good job of recognizing off speed and then holding back on the swing.
Hit hard toward first, but taken in over at first for the second out, as that might have been extra bases if it were 3 feet higher. So he's just a third of an inning away from putting up another 0 as we take a look at the ball clubs with the lowest team ERAs.
Well, it's business as usual for them. They lead the National League in that department, and it's always nice to know that whoever steps on the bump for you, you're going to have a chance to win. A lot of teams are envious of that stat, and these pitchers, they deserve a lot of credit for what they've accomplished so far.
Now the pitch. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. We're in the 6th inning here in a 3-1 ball game. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Some would say he's showing good patience here, waiting for his pitch. But as a number 5 hitter, I think you need to make something happen.
The 0-2 delivery. Ripped on the ground to first. Oh, just a brutal hop, and it goes right by him. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Now batting, left fielder, Jason Worth.
Jason Worth digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. Now time is called, and this could very well be to buy a few more pitches for those relievers. He's set. Here it comes. Ripped down the line. This gets foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Hit hard to short. Backhanded. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. We're through 6 full. It's the Cubs 3 and the Nats 1. Back here at Nationals Park, getting set for the 7th now with the Cubs out in front. And before the inning gets underway, let's get a look at our game summary to this point. Oliver Perez is on to pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
46, Oliver Perez.
Kyle Schwarber will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances.
Kyle Schwarber.
Into the seats, 0-1. Oh and 1, here it comes. And he watches a called strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
And here's that sequence once again right here on Show Track. Now, normally this is a guy that you might want to nibble with, but he was all business here in this at-bat. Each one of these pitches finds the strike zone, and they're able to set him down quickly to lead off the inning.
Here's the catcher now, Miguel Montero. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. We're in the 7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score. This is hit the other way out toward left field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Now batting, shortstop, Christopher Negron.
Christopher Negron, ready to take another shot, went down on strikes his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Now the pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Three runs, 5 hits, no errors so far for the Cubbies. Had him fooled as this is popped up back behind short. Turner is in his tracks now, and he will make the catch, so that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, and it's still 3-1. Leading off the inning, Wilson Ramos, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least 1 back here in this inning.
Trevor Cahill is going to come on in relief as he'll be making his 20th appearance of the season.
Trevor Cahill.
Leading off the inning, Wilson Ramos, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Wilson Ramos.
Bottom 3 in the batting order here as the first pitch misses to the number 7 hitter. It's ball 1.
That's a pitch you really have to learn to take against a guy like this. But even if you make contact, you're just going to get something in on the label, so that's a great take.
Tried to hold back, but this is popped up, and this is going to wind up a foul ball. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. 1-2, here it comes. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Yep, you saw his numbers there just a moment ago, and he's got that ERA in the low 2s coming into play, and he continues to pitch effectively as he retires the first man to greet him here.
Trey Turner will come forward now. He has flied out and singled so far. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. One 0 pitch is a sinker swung on and missed 1-1. One and one, here it comes. And he comes up empty there on a pitch in the dirt and falls behind now 1-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hard hit at third. Bryant is up with it. Throw on to first, and Cahill's looking sharp here. 2 away.
The pitcher, number 46, Oliver Perez.
Clint Robinson is going to get a chance to swing the bat here, as that's going to be all for Perez in this one.
Clint Robinson.
First pitch here is a sinker that runs a bit too wide. It's ball 1. Just missing here, 2-0.
This is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count. And that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
Bounce towards the second baseman. Zobrist gloves it, and that will conclude matters here in the 7th. 3 up, 3 down for Washington, and it remains a 3-1 ball game. Felipe Rivero will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
73, Felipe Rivero.
Matt Caesar is going to be asked to get things going here as a lead off the top of the 8th. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. And a slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle.
And that's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate.
I think he was trying to get that slider in on his hands, but I don't think he meant for it to get in that far. I think he just released it a little too late.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Revere is under it. 1 out.
The batter, number 24, center fielder Dexter Fowler.
Dexter Fowler will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here. A solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ball game to this point. The pitch. Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike 1.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it, he hammers it. If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
High in the air and deep to left center field. Revere going back. Still going back. A leap there by Revere, but he comes up empty as that one is gone. So a solo shot here to left center field, his second of the game, and the Cubs have taken a 4-1 lead.
Oh, and insurance runs come at a premium at this late stage of the ball game. And like you said, Matty, that makes this a 3-run game now. And they still need to get 6 outs, but at least now you've got a little bit of breathing room.
Now batting.
Here's Jason Hayward now.
Jason Hayward.
Very weakly on the ground, but it's foul, strike 1. Tries to drop one down here, but he misses. Strike 2.
Yeah, not a bad idea. He waited a pitch there before showing bunt. And sometimes that might back that third baseman up a step or two if he sees you're not bunting at the first pitch.
Now a ball popped up behind the plate for Ramos. And he'll get back there to make the catch in front of the screen as they retire their man here for the second out.
Might have had thoughts about going back-to-back here. This is right where he likes it, and he took a big swing at it. Wound up getting just a bit underneath it and popping it straight up.
Chris Bryant will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
Oh, they think they may have gotten him again. This one's hit deep to left field, and for the second time in the inning, the gopher ball will come back to bite him. It's a home run. A solo shot here to left. Home run number 15 for him thus far as they stretch the lead to 5-1.
Oh, that's a huge home run right here in the 8th, because that moves the lead to 4 runs now. Of course, a lot can happen between now and the bottom of the 9th, but for the time being, you wonder if they even need to turn to their closer in what would be a non-save situation.
Anthony Rizzo will stand in, and I've got to think these add-on runs here will really make it difficult to come back from.
And that's how they've done it all game long. They haven't really had a big inning yet, just a lot of 1s and 2s, but those will add up.
Hard hit ball to second. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. And not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an infield single.
And when things are going well, these are the little things that just seem to start going your way. Nothing too amazing here, but this winds up an infield single and the breaks just keep going their way.
Ben Zobrist stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Here's the first pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and that's the first strike. And he lays off for ball 1. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. The ball flying around the yard in this one, as you see so far there. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3 and 2.
And now 3-2, 2 out. He'll be helped by the fact that that runner will get a head start out there.
A runner on first with 2 away. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 5 and the Nats 1. Adam Warren is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Adam Warren.
Leading off the inning, Ben Revere, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
Got caught lunging there as this one's fouled away. Here comes the 0-1. Just short, hit hard. Negron is right there. Throw beats him by a half a step. He almost beat that out.
And unless these guys can turn things around quickly, it's starting to look like this winning streak's going to come to an end at 3 games.
At the plate, Anthony Rendon. He flew out in his last at-bat. first pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Two really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with two good takes.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Now that he's worked it to 3-0, he's got a couple of free pitches here to pick out one he really likes.
That's in there. 3-1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball. 93, 94. And that's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
That's in there, and it'll run the count to full. 3-2. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and they come back from a 3-0 count to sit him down on strikes, and there are two gone.
Wow, quite a turn of events here. He goes from in the driver's seat 3-0 to falling victim to the strikeout. And in hindsight, you go back to that 3-0 pitch, and I got to believe he wishes he was swinging.
Michael Taylor will stand in now with two away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
Now here's the pitch. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball one. 5-1 our score as we play the eighth. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top. And just fire that thing in there.
Oh, and he had a hanger, but he missed it. It's 1-2.
Yeah, and it's tough enough to hit 95+ mile-an-hour fastballs. That curve gives you something else to think about altogether.
Weak grounder back to the mound. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Nothing across here this half. We've played 8 full. Cubs lead it 5-1. Blake Trinan will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th.
Trinan.
Kyle Schwarber stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. Sent on the ground out to second. Murphy's got it. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
The batter, catcher, Miguel Montero.
Miguel Montero will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Montero waits. Now the pitch. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
And I think with no one on base, you know, this is a guy you need to come after. I certainly wouldn't be afraid to give him a fastball here.
Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. The 2-1 on its way. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. the slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
That's an easy take right there on the 3-2 pitch. Not all that inviting at all. You want to at least make the guy think about hacking up there. Instead, now he's on with one away.
Christopher Negron gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. And he got him out in front that time. Strike 1.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
And it's quickly 0-2. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2.
Oh, classic strikeout pitch there on 0-2. It's one he loves going to, but great recognition there at the plate to lay off.
The 1-2 pitch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
All even at 2-2. Here it is. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
Yeah, not a real good job of pitch recognition there. I mean, this ball was going to be in on his hands to begin with. I don't know quite what he saw that made him want to swing at that thing, but it just completely locked him up there.
Jorge Soler will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first.
Soler.
And, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike, 0-1.
Tonight, borderline calls, you got to be swinging.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Here it comes, 0-2. To short. And he'll go the short way to retire the side. 1 left for the Cubs. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Neil Ramirez will come out and take the ball here as he'll be making his 15th appearance of the year.
Neil Ramirez.
Ryan Zimmerman will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run. That's it.
First pitch of the inning misses here to the cleanup man. It's 1-0. On the ground near home, Montero is up with it, and a rather easy first out.
This is a pretty simple play for a catcher right here. It's a nice pitch, and it looks like he might have chopped it right down off a home plate. You can see the catcher get out of his crouch, take it on 1 big hop, and then just make the good strong throw to first to get him easily.
Here's Daniel Murphy now. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. The 0-1 pitch. Ball 1.
Ooh, you might have felt the squeeze on that one. That might just change the whole complexion of the at-bat.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now.
Right over the top here with the four-seam fastball. Good drive through the release. Just threw it right by him at the letters.
Here's Jason Worth, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. And here's a fastball inside as the count moves to 2-0 now.
And this is all about handling a guy like this with kid gloves. You know, walk him if you have to, but don't let him be the one to beat you.
Soft liner to the right side. Throw on to first will be in time to get him. And the Cubs have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
And you know what? I don't care who you're playing. You know, it's never easy to go out on the road and win any game. So that was a great effort by them in every phase of the game.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And guys, I think you might agree there's little doubt that the star of this afternoon's contest was this man, Dexter Fowler. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end, this really could have been anybody's award. But what the heck? Let's go ahead and give it to this guy. He's as deserving as anybody.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Cubs win this one 5-1. Good night from D.C.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 4 minutes.
All right, guys, and the Cubs win. We beat the Nationals for the first time this season, and it was a good. We played really well in this ball game. Got a good outing from Kyle Hendricks. Got a couple home runs from Dexter Fowler in this one, which was kind of surprising, but I will definitely take it. Rizzo hit a home run in this ball game, and Chris Bryant also added one at the end there to put this one out of reach for the Nationals. And Dexter Fowler, 4 for 4 today, definitely the player of the game, just as he actually won the player of the game. But had a really good ball game. 2 singles, 2 home runs. Can't ask for any more than that from your leadoff guy in this one. And Kyle Hendricks gets his 6th win of the season in this one. Taylor Jordan takes his 2nd loss of the season. And we also take back the crown as best team in baseball at this point. with this win against the Nationals. And we got one more against them, the rubber match of the series, trying to at least take one of the series against them this year, as that matchup will be Jake Arrieta, who's 9-3 this year, squaring off against Max Scherzer, who has got a really bad record for some reason, but pitching very well this year nonetheless. And then we get a day off, and we get to face Pittsburgh and St. Louis at home. So hopefully continue to roll into that series with another win tomorrow. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us here on YouTube at Life of Raw Sports Gaming Network, as well on Twitch at Life of Raw Sports Gaming. And then don't forget to give us a follow on Twitter as well at LRSGN. I'm Big Dope 7, and you guys be sure to keep it real.